Hello and welcome to the Sugar and Spice podcast, A Secret Marriage Diary. Today, I will be speaking to a special guest by the name of Phallyn Thornton. So, Phallyn is a realtor with Keller Williams. Phallyn leads people through the process of buying and selling safe havens where families can comfortably rest and reset while creating long lasting memories. So, Phallyn, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really appreciate you coming out and speaking to us all about real estate and your business as a realtor.
Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. So, I was like, should I even mention this? One good thing I did want to mention is Phallyn is actually my cousin. So, of course, I wanted her to come on because she is a realtor and she'll be speaking all about real estate and about her business. So, let's jump right into talking about real estate, Phallyn. So, I know that you've just celebrated 5 years in the business as a realtor. And you just had a social event that happened not too long ago. I believe it was actually September the 24th that you had your social event. So can you tell us what started you on your journey of becoming a realtor 5 years ago?
Wow, that's an awesome question. I'm glad that you asked it. It started very simple. I just had a fascination for properties, real estate. And I actually was an aspiring home buyer at the time. And, I'm usually an educated consumer that typically likes to do a lot of research before making any financial decisions.
Right.
So my approach was to just get some hands-on experience and learn the market with the intent to maybe one day represent myself in my own transaction one day. And my passion is to educate others through such an important process of, buying and selling their home. And I just wanted to become the agent that I wanted, someone that could be patient with me and very thorough with me because I come with a lot of questions. So I have nothing against any of my clients that have all kinds of questions. There are no dumb questions because it is very important to be an educated consumer, and that's what I want for my clients. But what I've come to learn since I am now a homeowner and have represented and purchased my own house, and now that I'm in a different phase, what I have come to learn is that my role in real estate has been much more than just how it started, right? My position is much more fulfilling. I lead families and help them through the process of buying families, couples. I help them through the process of buying and selling a space where they come to take their armor off, right? They can come in, they can truly relax, they can be themselves, where they can be vulnerable, feel safe enough to close their eyes, sleep, rest, and restore. It is a place that they tailor, they customize to their style. There's no judgment. They can be themselves where there's no judgment from the outside world. They make memories. And I love being a part of that story. That is the passion that I have today that I have grown into.
That is good. That's good because purchasing a home is a big investment. So I definitely understand. And the same thing that you mentioned when you were trying to purchase a home, like you asked a lot of questions and you want to know as a first-time home buyer, you have a lot of questions. You want to make sure that you're making the right decision. And I believe that having a realtor that is by your side and is guiding you throughout the entire process is something that's so big and so important. So I definitely agree with what you're saying. So can you share how a couple that never owned a home before and they want to purchase their first home, like, it can be a very scary process sometimes. What is the process or steps for that couple to become first-time home buyers? Can you share a little bit of that with us?
Yeah, well, first, I'd love to have a buyer's consultation with them, and that's where where I get the opportunity to meet them, learn what their goals are, and understand how I can best be a resource and asset to them, and maybe ease some of those fears of, what the home buying process would be.
Right, right.
And during that conversation, I connect them with my preferred lender that's going to get them, pre-approved, that
Okay.
will work with them to learn their finances and understand how much home they can afford. And then once we have a pre-approval, we will start the search process. And that's where we're out there looking at houses, getting in and out of houses, learning your style,
Right.
until you find one, till they find one that they identify is the home that they want to put an offer on. And so then we go into the offer phase.
Right.
And following that phase, you get something like the option period. And that's where, after you've put the offer in and the seller accepts the offer, you go into an option period where inspections happen. And that's where I always educate all of my buyers to hire a licensed professional home inspector that is going to comb that house with a fine-tooth comb and find any and everything that could be wrong with it. And that way that they know what they're going into when they purchase the home. After the option period and the seller and the buyer go into an agreement of any repairs, if they've identified any changes to the contract, then we go into what is called a pending phase, and that is where things to satisfy the lender and the title company, things like an appraisal. And then once pending is over, hey, we're at the closing table, and you get your keys and you go start making your memories.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And let me say, that's a lot of steps. I'm glad I don't have to do that.
It's a lot of steps.
It's a lot of steps. Go right into getting you and
Yeah. It seems like a lot of steps, but it flows. It flows. And that's why I'm here to take through every step. I just gave a high level of everything, but the step-by-step process, it won't seem as overwhelming because I will prepare for the next step.
Right. That's why I definitely think they need you,
absolutely,
because otherwise they will be very like, okay, what I gotta do.
Yeah. That's why you need a professional when it
comes to purchasing a home. You definitely need a professional. That's why I wanted you to share some insight on this, and with the audience as well. So now, one thing that's been happening, we all know, you can't not see it, right? Is that inflation.
Inflation.
So everything is going up. And one thing that's crazy is that I was thinking about it. I told my husband, I said, my utility bill, the water bill went down, but my electric bill went up. So it's some pain there, right? So with everything going up, what would you say, is purchasing a home still affordable for couples today?
Absolutely. So although the cost of money is much higher, buying a home is still the greatest investment at this time.
Right.
Buyers have much more power right now, as we're in a shifting market when it comes to negotiations, right? We're not in the same situation we were several months ago. It's not as even scarier for first-time home buyers or buyers in general. They can ask sellers to help pay for closing costs, right? And I know right now the hot word, of course, is interest rates. Buyers can also ask sellers to buy down their rate. That's the type of market where we are right now. And sellers are also helping buyers paying down their private mortgage insurance.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, hey, you got to get a skilled agent on your team like me that can help you negotiate to get those things, because that will make it affordable.
Okay, that I didn't think of that. That's and I go back to that's why you need a very skilled realtor, because they have the the tools and the resources to
Mhm.
look into options to make sure that you're able to purchase a home. So I didn't think about that. And you definitely stated that. So can you share what is the process for a couple wanting to sell their home to purchase a new home?
That's a great question. I actually am working with one right now.
Okay.
And it's gonna be similar to what I would do with first time home buyers. I like to, I need the opportunity to come to their home, sit down with the couple for a consultation and just kind of learn their goals so that I can best advocate and navigate with them. And tour their home and review their equity analysis report with them to show how their home is going to compare to others. Um,
Okay.
the second step is, of course, I'm going to connect them with the lender, because if we're going to go buy a house, we want to know how much home you can afford, and before we even get the process of selling your home.
Okay.
And then, of course, we discuss options for listing their home. My brokerage has 7 ways to sell a house. It's not just the standard traditional putting the home on the market, have 1 million showings, and having open houses and different things like that. There are several different options, and we can talk through those to see what is best for their goals, right? What is their next
Right.
step, where they're going, what is their timeline? But there's several options. We're starting to see much more contingencies. So, as they identify a home that they want, if they have to pay off their mortgage of their
Mm-hmm.
current home prior to purchasing a new one, we would just put in a contingent offer. And
Okay.
that basically says is this couple, the buyers, can purchase this home with the contingency that their other home sells. And
Oh,
typically
okay.
what we're seeing today is sellers are accepting the contingencies once the buyer's current home is under contract.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so that's kind of just a quick overview.
Right.
We go into much
I
more
know it's more
detail
deeper.
in that first consultation, where I'm
Okay.
able to
Okay.
go there. The tour of their home allows me to just come, to really put eyeballs on their property, versus what in comparison to what I'm seeing online with comps and prices, different things.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like I said, it sounds like a lot of steps, but you
Yeah.
you know because you're the expert and the realtor. So I did want to also ask, what would you say sets you apart from other realtors in the marketplace? Because just like with my profession, which is being a travel agent, it's like you have to there has to be something that sets you apart because there's other travel agents in the
Absolutely.
industry. So far as the same thing with being a realtor, what would you say sets you apart?
Yeah, that's a great point you make, because the real estate industry is oversaturated, right?
Right.
Everybody and their family has a realtor. Everyone has a friend or someone everyone
Somebody,
knows
right.
a realtor. So
Uh-huh.
that's a great point that you make. But I think what sets me apart is my passion. I mean,
Right.
people tell me all the time. I feel it when I talk about real estate. People have to stop me a little bit. But my passion to thoroughly educate buyers and sellers throughout that step of the process. I go back to, how I started. I wanted somebody to do it for me. So I wanted to become that person. I have a background in business and dispute resolution, and I'm trained in negotiation. So
Okay.
those skills are transferable into negotiating contracts, and just educating, my clients about the business of real estate.
Okay.
So my previous career, I have quite a bit of experience in project management for major corporations, and 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 most of all is my years of experience in the industry. During the
Right.
pandemic, there was an influx of new agents that came into business, and they haven't worked in a shifting market just as we are right now.
Okay.
So yeah. Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Um, so how long do you usually work with buyers? I know that every situation is different, but how long do you usually work with buyers from the first viewing to closing?
So from first viewing to closing, it typically takes about 60 to 90 days.
Oh,
It
it
could
does.
be less
Okay.
than that. It could be less than that. It could be a little bit more.
Okay.
Each each person, each buyer, each seller, well, we're talking about buyers, each buyer's situation is different. So,
Right.
although, hey, I like to talk to buyers as soon as they know they want to purchase a home. So
Right.
even if you're not ready to go today, I think that we should still be in contact just to get you ready and tell you how to prepare, so that whenever you're ready to go,
They're ready to go.
you don't have to get ready. You don't have to get ready. You're already ready.
Right, ready to go.
So
Okay,
call me. So call me
that's a
now.
good thing. That's good what you just
Yeah.
said. So even if they
Yeah.
say, well, I'm kind of looking and but maybe in 6 months, then you still speak with them to try to and stay connected with them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now, have you ever completed any foreclosure or short sale transactions? And do you think people should put their money into a foreclosed home?
So I have not completed any foreclosures or short sales on the buy side.
Okay.
Now, I do have experience working with sellers who are on the brink of foreclosure and need to sell their property fast.
Oh,
like
wow.
under
Okay.
10 days, to avoid any foreclosures on their record. So that's been my experience.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Um, do you see, this is a question. Now, do you see the housing market going down anytime soon, or will prices remain where they are or even go up? What do you think?
Wonderful question that I get every day.
All the time?
Every
Like
day.
you're expert in that.
Yeah. So my answer to that is prices have already started to drop.
Oh, they have.
As we're
Okay.
seeing price corrections everywhere,
Oh, wow. Okay.
80% of homes for sale right now have had a price reduction.
Oh, wow. Okay.
These are what you call corrections in an effort to offset affordability for buyers. So for
Okay.
each point that the interest rate rises, prices are having to reduce 10% in order for the buyer to still be able to qualify to purchase that home. So,
okay.
You have to think about it as these are corrections. We are correcting the real estate market to make it affordable.
Right. Okay.
Because interest rates have increased. When interest rates decreased, people could sell their houses for much more.
Okay.
But now that the interest rates are increasing, buyer affordability is not there. So they have to correct the price.
Okay. Well, it sounds like that there's a lot of things that you're able to provide to your clients or prospective clients because of being worried about inflation and is now a good time to purchase a home. So I'm glad you mentioned that. And then my last question was, now I know that I'm not sure if this is true, but I did hear that we are heading into another recession. So with that being said, is it wise now to purchase a home or should couples wait?
Yeah. Well, hey, it already feels like we're in a recession,
Right.
But hey, look, I would advocate for couples to not wait to purchase a home. Each day that they wait to buy a home is missing out on the opportunity to grow their equity. And instead, you're just going to throw your money away while making your landlord richer. And I don't know about anybody else, but it hurts me. It hurts me and it hurts me for you. I don't want to see anybody, especially in a recession, especially in inflation. We don't have money to throw away.
We do not. No, that's true.
When you take the opportunity or you choose to wait to purchase real estate and instead rent, then you're throwing more money away than you probably with these increased prices and different things. So I'm sure many have heard the saying, marry the house, date the rate, divorce the It's real. It's real.
That's actually a new one for me. I never
Yeah.
heard.
Because, hey, you marry the house, you commit to the home, you start making those memories, whatever goals that you have for your family.
Right.
You date the rate because you can refinance when rates get better.
True. That is true.
But hey, if you have a skilled agent like me, when we negotiate, we can negotiate the seller to help you buy down your rate. So
right.
then, the rate problem won't be such a big issue. And hey, you get out of throwing your money away and making your landlord richer.
Right.
You start growing your generational wealth.
Right. I love that. I love that. Okay. Well, there you go. There go the answer right there. You
That's
do
what
not
it
need to
is.
be afraid. And if you are afraid, then definitely contact Phallyn. She will provide you with any information that you need, any questions that you may have. She is there to answer those questions. And you see, she came on and she just spoke truth. She put it out there. So, Phallyn, I definitely want to thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show and sharing your knowledge on real estate and being a realtor. I really appreciate it because you didn't have to, but you have provided a ton of information. So please make sure to, if you want to learn more about Phallyn and to stay connected, make sure to check out Phallyn's website as well as her social media platform. She's on Instagram. She's also on Facebook. And of course, she's on YouTube. If you are looking to purchase a home in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. And thank you so much, Phallyn, once again for being on the show. I really appreciate you coming out.
Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. And you've just listened to the Sugar and Spice podcast with your host, Latoya Haynes Piper. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast. And until the next episode, appreciate you, Phallyn.
Bye.